Welcome, everybody. We got a bunch of your questions to answer for the next. Oh, an interception. How about that? We got football.
This is the problem.
What?
This is the problem is I don't know if the interceptions happened on my screen or not. Oh my God, Lamar Jackson just got intercepted. It's a bad viewing experience for everyone.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm behind most people, so I feel okay with it. I feel okay about it. We've got Frank. What's going on, Frank? How you doing, man? Welcome back.
Yo, what's up, guys? Happy to be here.
I've got a very important question for Frank later on in the show. We've got Heath. What's up, Heath? What is it? Oh, cool. That's a great shirt. Is that a RotoWear shirt?
That's the old Minshew RotoWear shirt. We're back.
We are. And Chris going Hawaiian today.
I feel like Minshew actually starting games is not actually what Heath wants or needs in his life, because it's much better for Heath to be like, Gardner Minshew's a starting caliber quarterback, than it is for him to actually start games and potentially play poorly.
More fantasy points rest of the season, Adam. Daniel Jones or Gardner Minshew. We can get another Sunday morning show bet going. And we probably need to update the total points for the Bears and Commanders since that bet. I only say that because I know the Bears are up by 30.
What's the bet? I don't know that Bears Commanders bet.
Chris and I bet on who would score more points the rest of the year, the Bears or the Commanders.
I have no recollection of this.
Oh, I would take Minshew more points than Jones the rest of the season. Yeah. And honestly, you know, Richardson might be out for the year. We're going to just start with this real quick because we'll wait for more people to get in before we answer all these questions. But Richardson is going to be, once again, next year, one of the toughest players. One of the most debated players, I would say. But good morning, everybody. Good afternoon. And sorry, Heath. Yeah, go ahead. Say your piece.
No, I don't think there's anything to debate. He will be in the same place that Tua was this year. You know that if he stays healthy, he's a must-start quarterback, and he is a big injury risk. So draft him as a top 10 quarterback and draft a Kirk Cousins or a Geno Smith or a whoever alongside him. Gardner Minshew after he gets a starting job because he leads the Colts to the playoffs.
I do think there's something to be said for, will they ask him to change his playing style, or will they change how they use him because of all the injuries early on? Because remember, this is 3 different games now where he's left early with an injury. One of them was very minor, but you know, it's still a part of the game. And you know, he might not be Cam Newton, you know?
All right, well, let's get to the show here with T. Higgins. Let's start with T. Higgins, guys. I only have one T. Higgins decision today. It is T. Higgins or Josh Reynolds, and I am going with T. Higgins today. Where are you guys ranking him? He is active.
T. Higgins is wide receiver 36 for me.
Oh, wow.
So I would start him ahead of Terry McLaurin. I would start him ahead of probably Amari Cooper.
Yeah.
And Michael Thomas. But I would start Jacoby Myers over him. I would probably start Garrett Wilson over him, although that one's closer to a coin flip. But he's in the wide receiver 3 range.
Frank, how you feeling over there? You haven't spoken much.
I feel great, man. I'm actually kind of like jet lagged still. I returned on Friday, and like the time difference, I'm still kind of like just messed up out of it a little bit. But T. Higgins, I do have as my wide receiver 31, so mid-range wide receiver 3 this week. I agree with Chris. I have Garrett Wilson just ahead of him. I have one decision that I had to make, which was T. Higgins or Drake London. I currently have T. Higgins in the lineup, so he's not that, you know, must-start top 24 wide receiver that he is normally when he's like fully healthy and playing more consistently. But yeah, I think he's a solid wide receiver 3 this week.
You know, I did start DeAndre Hopkins over him. Questioning that one now.
Heath, you had the last word here, and you could answer this one as well.
I agree with pretty much what Chris, and I'm somewhere between 31 and 36. It's definitely Higgins over DeMarcado for me.
Yes.
I think Higgins is a really wide range of outcomes guy. He could be a top 12 wide receiver, like we kind of expect him to be today. But I mean, the rib injury is a pain tolerance thing, and one shot to those could end his day. And Joe Burrow is not quite Joe Burrow yet. He's just like peak Alex Smith.
Yeah, the more I looked into it last week,
Chris,
the more It was Jamar Chase last week more than Joe Burrow. That's not to take away from Joe Burrow. He did look better than he has, but that was just Jamar Chase being completely unguardable.
All right, let's get to your questions here. And if you like what we're doing, please hit that like button. Saints DST or Cowboys DST?
Falcons DST.
Saints.
Yeah, I would go with the Saints today. This week there.
Agreed.
Barkley or Chubbard?
Barkley.
With it being half PPR, I think I'd say the same. I've got these guys both ranked as low end number 2 running backs, and I think like it definitely depends on, do you have, is a flex decision and you've got a Dawson Knox or someone, or is a running back decision and you've got Matt Breida? If it's, these are the only, like there's no option for you to sub Barkley out, then I'd go Hubbard.
Yeah, I have Barkley just ahead of those replacement running backs this week, Chuba Hubbard and Deontay Foreman. And I agree with Heath. I think you have to make sure you have someone on your bench just in case. Like if you can put Barkley in your flex spot and you have a Matt Breida on your bench, or just like a worst case scenario, like a Josh Palmer, a Wan'Dale Robinson, Michael Gallup, something like that. But yeah, I think a solid low end RB2 for Saquon Barkley this week.
All right, Chris Godwin or Chris Olave from New York City? Live from New York. Sunday
whole city. Wow.
Olave is part of a trio of wide receivers I should probably talk about, because he and Devontae Smith and CD Lamb.
Okay.
CD Lamb are all guys who Waddle's kind of part of that group too, but all guys that projections wise don't come out very well, but I've just moved them up in the rankings and kind of avoiding it. I'll go Olave, but I do have Godwin projected for more points.
I'll go Olave.
Yeah, okay. Olave as well for me.
Olave for everyone. Derek Carr or Desmond Ridder?
Ridder.
I have Ridder ranked ahead.
I have Derek Carr one spot higher.
Wonder if Chris Olave misses Andy Dalton yet.
Oh, get out of here. Gabe Davis or Nico Collins?
Nico. The analogy I made with regards to Gabe Davis in this week's newsletter was I flipped a coin 10 times and it came up heads 7 times. And that's basically the run that Gabe Davis is on right now. It's not quite fair to say he's a coin flip, but he's kind of just a coin flip. And right now he's come up heads a bunch of times, but that doesn't mean he's more likely to keep coming up heads moving forward.
I have these guys back to back. I have Nico Collins one spot higher. Just worry about that Bills-Giants game kind of getting out of hand.
Nico, if catches count for anything. Gabe and none.
All right, let's pick 2 here. We got Brian Robinson, Chris Godwin, Garrett Wilson, and Chuba Hubbard.
I'm going Godwin and Hubbard.
I'm going with the running backs.
I'm definitely going Robinson. I'll go Robinson and Hubbard.
You know, it's weird about Chuba Hubbard. I think he has like he's 3 games in his career with more than 3 catches. And last year, I thought he was going to catch a lot more passes and he just didn't. But Sanders has been catching so many passes in this offense, so you figure he should be in.
Yeah, they're checking down a ton. Bryce Young's not pushing the ball down the field at all.
How do we feel about these replacement running backs this week? You know, how do you rank them? They're Hubbard, Foreman, DeMercado, and Ingram now, who's in there. Heath, how do you rank those 4, and how do you feel about them this week?
Hubbard by a little bit over Foreman.
Mm-hmm.
Both of them by a bigger amount over Ingram and DeMercado. Slight lean Ingram over DeMercado, but no confidence.
Yeah, I mostly agree with that. I have Ingram and DeMercado 33rd and 34th, so no confidence there. I'd rather avoid them. And then Hubbard is RB21, Foreman is RB25 for me. So all outside of like the running backs I actually trust and feel good about.
Yeah, I have Foreman actually one spot higher than Hubbard this week. With that win situation in Minnesota, in Chicago, there's apparently a good amount of wind there. Yeah. I think they could run the ball a little bit more.
They call it the Windy City for a reason, folks.
Here's But I think it's a problem. Like if they get stuck doing that, I don't know if Foreman's any good. The Bears didn't want to play him at all.
So here's my thought. We saw Foreman and Hubbard in the same offense last year, and Foreman was a lot better. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean he's a better player, and obviously they're in different situations, but Foreman's on the better team. We found one NFL team that I feel very confident saying the Bears are better than them. And I don't think the Vikings are a tough run defense. I know their numbers are good.
I think they definitely are.
They're giving up 3.5 yards per carry. They haven't faced anybody. The one team they faced that can run the ball and has a good running back destroyed them.
Yeah, but we talked about this. I mean, look, it's up for debate, but they played a 3-man front against the Eagles, so that they're not going to play that same way against the Bears. I mean, maybe they will. It's it's the same concept, but I doubt it.
Right, but it's Rashad White, Joshua Kelly, and Miles Sanders are the running backs that they've slowed down.
Who's Deontay Foreman? He's not DeAndre Swift.
Rushed for 165 yards last year in a game. He's pretty good.
I like that.
They also slowed down Pacheco.
Yes.
Yeah,
I started for Hubbard. I don't know. You guys keep saying Hubbard over him, but that's really I'd start Hubbard in full PPR over Foreman. But in the other format, I would go with Deontay Foreman.
Yeah, that's the way I'd go.
Devontae Smith, Hollywood Brown, or Nico Collins?
Devontae.
Nico.
And I have Hollywood ranked the highest.
Perfect.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm going with Devontae Smith. Both Jets starting cornerbacks are out. I just feel like Devontae Smith is due for his week. Goddard that had his fun.
So you're sitting AJ Brown?
Yeah, I'm sitting it. No.
Okay.
But I think
you just start all three of those guys. I just don't think you ever try to figure it out.
2 and 3. I need a win. Pick one. Madison, Moss, Chuba, and DeMercado. Well, we haven't talked about the Colts backfield yet, but here we go. Madison, Moss, Chuba, DeMercado.
If it's windy in Chicago, I'm going to go with Alexander Madison. If they've won, I'm pretty sure the Vikings can run on Chicago.
I'm going with Moss, but I don't feel very confident in it.
And I am going with Chuba Hubbard.
And I'll go Madison. PPR sit 1, Smith, Kirk, Addison, or Cook. Ooh, I wish this were Dalvin Cook. It'd be a lot easier. But alas.
To me, it comes down to Devontae Smith versus Jordan Addison. And we keep talking about this game in Chicago, right? If they're going to have problems pushing the ball down the field, how much does that affect Jordan Addison, right? So I think I'm going to sit Devontae Smith, though. Even with all that, yeah.
I have Cook ranked the lowest of this group.
I have Devontae ranked the lowest.
I have Devontae ranked the highest.
I won't give my opinion because I would rather you guys be wrong than me. That's how I feel about that question. Jerome Ford or Saquon Barkley, non-PPR. At that point, it's worth the Barkley risk.
Mm-hmm.
Logan Thomas or Cole Kmet?
Kmet.
I like both a lot. Both top 10, but I'll take Cole Kmet.
Boy, the Falcons are just awful against tight ends. So keep that in mind, but I guess we're going Kmet. Lockett or Wilson?
Wilson just ahead. No
Lockett.
Darius Slay today.
Yeah, Wilson. I'm terrified of Lockett, but he's got.
Are you really? You're never terrified of Lockett.
I know. Well, he's got one game with double-digit fantasy points, and we've got J.S.N., a rookie first-round wide receiver coming off a bye.
Pitts or
the
Laporta?
Bengals' defense is good.
Yeah, it is. Pitts or Laporta?
Laporta.
He's going to play. Yep, I agree.
Oh, you can ask Dave in 15 minutes about that, but I will say one of the best things about my new house is I am now about 7 minutes away from a Chipotle, and that is a game changer for me. I mean, that is going to be at least once a week lunch, maybe even a dinner. Need 2 running backs and 1 flex, half PPR. Barkley, Swift, Robinson, Smith, and Breece. That's probably Breece Hall. I don't think we're starting Breece.
Which
Hall.
Robinson is it?
Please be Brian. Don't ask about Bijan. You're starting Bijan.
Mm-hmm.
But let's assume it's Brian.
Okay. Barkley and Swift. And Smith for me.
I would go Barkley, Swift, and Breece Hall.
I would go Swift, Robinson, and Brees Hall.
Okay. I need one. James Cook, Gabe Davis, Drake London, Nico Collins. Huh.
I'm going with James Cook. I think it's a bounce back game. I think a big game tonight for James Cook.
Do I have to watch that game, by the way?
Could I watch baseball instead? ALCS game 1.
You don't have to. Like, I'm really, really hoping for an overtime game that goes the distance in the 4 p.m. window so that we can start tonight's podcast as late as possible. Because as much of that podcast as we can do during the Giants-Bills game, the better that show is going to be.
I mean, Adam, you don't feel anything now, right?
No,
like that. Yeah, like, come on.
Listen,
it doesn't matter. I can still,
The Giants are going to. I always knew they were going to lose all of these games. It's like maybe the Seahawks. Look at their schedule. They're going to win 5 of their next 6 after this game, and they're going to obviously, yeah. Look, they have like Washington, the Jets, the Patriots in there. They're going to win 5 of 6. They're going to be 6 and 6.
Which of those teams are they better than?
None of them.
They were lucky to beat Arizona,
right? But they beat them, so they're fine. Everything is fine. They're probably going to make the playoffs. Ferguson or Laporta?
Laporta.
Yep, Laporta, top 5.
Would you have to get plus 1,000 odds to put money on the Giants making the playoffs right now?
I'm sure their odds are actually better than that right now. Like, it's probably more than plus 1,000 for them to make it.
Oh, more? No,
I would think so.
Ross or Hollywood Brown?
I would go with Hollywood Brown.
Oh, they're only plus 430 to make the playoffs, according to this article.
If you want to give me plus 1,000, I will make a $1.
The Bears are plus 1,000 and the Cardinals are plus 1,000.
Giants
That's surprising to me, actually. Wow.
Who are we going with here?
It's ridiculous. But I guess Vegas is just trying to balance the money. There's just more delusional Giants fans, apparently. I will go Hollywood.
Higgins or DeMercado?
Higgins.
Yep.
Josh Reynolds, Dotson, or Elijah Moore?
Reynolds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ayuk or James Cook, PPR?
Cook.
I'm going with James Cook as well. Should we be worried about the 49ers pass game too? There's some weather in that game.
That's the thing. I hadn't looked at weather at all, and you guys started talking about the weather, so I looked at Kevin Roth because that's where I always look. And it says slightly less wind in Cleveland, but also it's going to rain quite a bit. And the Browns probably won't score.
Yeah. I feel pretty bad about Debo and Ayuk today. If you have Kittle, you're starting him, obviously, but I think I'm a little bit lower. Like, Ayuk is a low-end wide receiver 2, and Debo is like a mid-range wide receiver 3 for me.
I don't know. I mean, they never throw. They don't throw much anyway, but they throw so efficiently. I don't feel terrible about them, but I understand the concern. So you're going
as top 20 wide receivers.
Okay, yeah. Are you all going Cook?
Cook, yes.
Okay. Rashad White or Zach Moss?
Rashad White.
Moss.
I am going with, that's got to be close. Rashad White, 1 spot higher.
By the way, bad in Tannehill. Not a good game. Chris still wanting some beard tips and half PPR. Jordan Addison, Puka Nacua, or Jacoby Myers. Ooh, that's tough.
Get some beard oil. Get some I got some I don't know what kind of oil it was. It's nice. And blow dry. That's important. Blow drying is important. You got to get the skin dry underneath. There you go. Puka.
Yeah, Puka.
Okay.
Although I like all 3 of those guys.
Yeah, all right. They're all good. Damian Pierce, Michael Thomas, or Josh Downs in a flex.
I would imagine I have Pierce ranked highest of this group, and I do.
Pierce.
Yeah, I think that's the right answer. But in full PPR, it wouldn't surprise me if Josh Downs outperforms him.
AJ Brown or Puka Nacua?
AJ Brown.
That is a great problem to have. I have AJ Brown 2 spots higher.
I have Brown higher too. Mostly, if it wasn't for the injuries to Sauce, I'd probably have Puka higher. But
Does Chris Towers use Just for Men on his beard? I do.
No, I've got a handful of whites coming in, and I'm very excited about it. I'm gonna look so dignified.
Chris, how did we get to the Hawaiian shirt today? Is there a backstory here? Or
Just trying to, the weather's getting a little chillier. I woke up very cold this morning, so I'm trying to put out some warm vibes into the world before the dead of fall comes in.
Speaking of which, have we seen Minshew's fit walking out of the stadium yet? It's fantastic today.
Is what?
Fit.
Outfit, Adam.
Come on, really? His fit, that's a thing now?
his drip?
It's been a thing for years, Adam. Come on.
What? That is not a thing. Don't say that. Oh, I have an accepted trade. I just traded Justin Jefferson for Calvin Ridley. Yes. Oh, I am so excited about that. Oh, all right. Like going to dance.
Boy. See, I'm looking for Gardner Minshew, and I'm on Twitter, and I get Joe Burrow's outfit. And like Joe Burrow's dressed like a member of NSYNC in 1998. And the Bengals account is like shiesty. And it's like, we don't have to, like, every shot doesn't have to go in. He doesn't look good here. And we don't have to just, like, I appreciate him taking a chance. I appreciate him taking a risk with the all denim look. It doesn't look good, and we don't have to praise everything.
You're a big denim guy, though.
I liked it. It's just not a good look, this specific look. The Bengals account is trying too hard to make Joe Burrow cool. Cool happens naturally.
So cool, bro.
He's cool, sure. But this is a bad look, and we don't have to praise it. All right?
Osborne or Foreman here? I have
Foreman.
Correct.
How do people like that song? Praise You. It's like 6 words. The entire song.
That's a great song.
6 words.
Yeah, it's a dance song, Adam. It's not like
so play it at a club.
It's not Dylan.
I'm not gonna sit there and dance while I'm driving. Pierce or Taylor?
No chance. Adam likes Dylan. Pierce.
I don't know who that is, but Pierce or Taylor?
I have Taylor ranked higher, but it's the coward's choice.
Dylan what? Dylan.
Actually, no. Yeah.
Wait. I don't. You know what? Forget I said anything, Heath. I don't want to open up this.
Bob Dylan.
Oh. Okay. Yes, I know who Bob Dylan is. I thought you were talking about like some dancer or something. I don't know. Because we're talking about dance music.
Well, Chris said it's not Dylan. It's dance music.
I didn't hear that. Barkley, Higgins, Hubbard, Foreman. Pick 2.
Barkley and Hubbard.
Yeah.
Can we get something from Mark Andrews for God's sake? Waller or Thomas, non-PPR?
Oof. I have Waller ranked higher, but in non-PPR, Thomas is probably more likely to score.
I know when I think of cool, I think of Chris Towers over Joe Burrow.
I'm not saying I'm cooler. All right, that's the thing. I
think you probably are.
I'm not. I'm an incredibly uncool person.
Ingram.
Yeah. We don't even know if Chris Brooks is going to be the number 2 running back for the Dolphins.
Chuba or DeMarcado?
Chuba.
Thielen, Swift, Addison Jacobs, Kamara. Oh, only 2 of these. Wow. Ooh, me oh my. All right. Jacobs, I'm assuming.
Yes. Pick 2, Jacobs and Thielen. Kamara.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Kamara versus Thielen is actually tough. Wow.
Yeah, I think it's Jacobs.
I'll go Kamara and Jacobs.
Yep.
Yeah. Kamara and Jacobs. Let's get our 3.5 yards per carry today, guys.
I have a lot of teams with Kamara and Jacobs.
Oh, that's good. Moss or Taylor?
Moss.
I have Zach Moss ahead, but does anybody really know?
Hopefully this is the last week, hopefully it'll be the Taylor show. Nico Collins or Christian Kirk?
I'm not seeing Gardner Minshew's fit out here, Heath. Can you drop a link?
I said I wonder what it is. I'm not seeing it. It's not. I don't think it's nobody's tweet about it. Unfortunately, Nico.
Tough.
I'm gonna go Kirk. Full PPR.
Kirk.
I mean, Nico has such a bad matchup. That's the other thing here. I've been trying really hard to figure out what the heck happened to Nico Collins. I don't know. He wasn't shadowed by AJ Terrell. I have no really explanation. It's not a game script thing for.
Well, it's happened 2 of the last 3 weeks.
Yeah, I know, but I can't figure out. There's no commonality here between the bad games, the 2 bad games, the 3 good games. I think it's just kind of random. He's got some options in the passing game. He threw a lot to Dalton Schultz last week. Falcons are bad against tight ends. That's who they played last week, and they're great against receivers. Unfortunately, the Saints are really good against wide receivers. All right, how about sit one of these?
Oh my.
Jeez, that is you deserve that emoji.
It's
Lamb.
Puka, but yeah, that's a head versus heart thing because head says Lamb.
I'm sitting Lamb.
What's up with the haircut emoji, though? I don't really get that one. Is that a haircut?
I can't see it. It's too small.
Let me put my spectacles on. I think I see scissors there. Okay, pick one. Puka, Ridley, or Evans?
I have Puka ranked higher.
Yep, same.
You don't mind double dipping on the Rams?
No.
Not when they're good.
DeMercado or Osborne, half PPR?
Osborne.
Yeah, Osborne.
I'm gonna go with DeMercado there.
Yeah, Osborne.
Laporta in. He's expected to play. Stardom. Jacoby Myers or Marquise Brown in non-PPR?
Jacoby.
Yeah, I have Myers 1 spot higher. Revenge game.
Okay.
It is a revenge game. I'll go Myers.
Wandale or Powell?
Oh, wow.
Wandale, I guess.
Powell. I will take a shot on.
I'll go with Wandale. He has 5 or more targets in each game he's played.
And
And he
Wandale.
catches all of them for 18 yards.
That's true.
Yeah, I'll take Wandale.
Okay. Chris, did you see the Taylor Swift cameo last night?
I did. Yeah, she showed up.
And Kelsey?
Yeah. I didn't
Yeah.
watch it, but I saw them
Where?
I did watch it.
on the Saturday Night Live.
It was on SNL.
Oh, really?
Kelsey was
That's
on
neat.
for 2 seconds.
I think they were on for a total of 4 seconds.
Yeah. Something like that. I don't think did they publicize it beforehand? Because if they
No.
did, that's pretty messed up. Okay, good. Who we picking here? Oh, hit the wrong one, but we'll do this anyway. Thielen or Madison?
Thielen.
Yep,
Yeah.
Thielen.
Even in non-PPR.
Mhm.
All right. Full PPR, Metcalf, Godwin, and I'm watching this goal to go play. Wilson or London?
Metcalf and Godwin.
Yeah, I like the first 2.
Metcalf and Wilson.
DeMercado or
White.
Rashad White?
White.
Yeah, it's a tough matchup for White, but the usage has been good for him.
Should I start Deontay Foreman or T. Higgins, non-PPR? Heath. Called out.
Devontae Foreman. That is Foreman.
All right, we got a 3rd and goal situation here. I'm starting Higgins.
He didn't get it.
Foreman.
Non-PPR?
Non-PPR. Why are we so hesitant on Higgins? I mean, it's a pain tolerance thing, right? So it's not like
he's good this year.
Well, Burrow hasn't been good this year, but I have more confidence in Burrow this week. And if he gets 8 targets, like I think he's had in 3 or 4 games, I think Higgins is going to come through. But,
I don't feel super confident in the usage. I don't know how much he's going to play. We've seen this a couple times, not with a rib injury, but last year was there at least one game? There was definitely at least one game and maybe 2 where he was active, played, but was either a decoy or played like 10 snaps.
Yeah. I know. I don't know that has any bearing on this year, but I understand people are scarred from that. Isn't it funny that if there's one Raven, by the way, that you're like, God, I can't believe I played against him. It's Justin Tucker, who is just going to crush you this week. But go ahead, Heath.
And I don't think he was a top 20 kicker coming into the week. He had not had hardly any success. You're worried about it because of Higgins' health, but also because like Joe Burrow being really good for fantasy against the Arizona Cardinals I'm
on
not
46
convinced me
pass attempts.
that he's all the way back. And
I
so I don't
agree.
know if
Getting-
Burrow or Higgins are 100% either one.
Yeah, he's getting better. And the thing about the pass attempts, he throws a lot every game. So, all right. Well,
Right, but it took him 46 pass attempts or 47, whatever it was, to get to 307 yards, and that was with a 63-yard touchdown. Like, he was better. It wasn't like a vintage Joe Burrow performance.
No, it wasn't. But I like the improvement. Heath, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, Adam. It was really been a joy, and I look forward to talking to you tonight.
There's that guy that I just fleeced in the podcast league.
See you, Chris and Frank.
Bye.
Bye, Dave.
Dave, Richard.
You
What's
like
up,
the
dude?
trade. The reason why I did it is not because I think that
What's your
Jefferson's going to be better rest of season, but because I think I can get better than Ridley for Jefferson a few weeks from now. And I also have really good depth at wide receiver on the team. I'm also 1-4. So I need to do something where I can just at least float within playoff contention for a few weeks. And then when Jefferson's back, I've got Chase, I've got Jefferson, I've got Olave. I don't remember the rest of the team because I have too many teams.
If you're 1-4, I don't think you should be trading for Justin Jefferson, though.
I get it, but he's got higher value on the trade chart. I also like his schedule a lot more than Ridley's. We'll see. There's no question that the trade's going to look good for you right now.
Boy, this guy J-Rob in our chat is just unhinged today with the F word, bro. My goodness.
J-Rob, come on.
Just come on, J-Rob.
Hey, so
you're not going to get your questions answered with that.
Let me ask you guys for help on something else that I've got. We got a minute, or are we in the thick of answering questions in Q&A?
Apply cream twice
No,
a day.
Dave, this is what we're here for. We're here to answer your questions.
Right. So I'm kind of in a predicament. I've got to get T. Higgins off an IR spot in a 14-team deep league. The only players that I can drop to make this happen, and remember, 14 teams, triple flex. DJ Chark, Jonnu Smith, Zach Ertz, or Tank Bigsby.
Who's your starting tight end? Or are you just kind of playing the matchups with those two?
Hawkinson is my starting tight end.
Oh, yeah, then
Probably one of the. I think Jonnu Smith probably.
Yeah,
That's what I'm thinking too.
drop Zach Ertz.
I drop Ertz.
Over Jonnu?
Drop both of them.
No, don't
When's
drop.
the
They'll
Lions
get
bye
picked
week?
up pretty quickly.
When's the Lions bye week?
Deep league.
I don't know when the Lions bye week is. Higgins or Godwin?
Lions bye week?
Godwin.
Lions bye week is week 9.
Oh, doesn't matter when the Lions bye week
Ooh.
is. When's the Vikings bye week?
I was like, wait.
It's very late, week 13.
I have Godwin just ahead this week.
Yeah. By the way, Tannehill's, I think, injured. I don't think benched.
Yeah, he's not in. Malik Willis is in.
Yeah, he's taken an absolute beating today. But okay, Willis comes in. Tutu Atwell or Zertz?
Hit that well.
I'm going with Ertz. Yeah,
I would go with
You just told
Atwell.
me to drop Ertz.
Come on, Chris.
you don't need to start him right now.
I don't. It's
Look,
true.
the thing with Ertz is Tannehill getting carded?
No, he already walked to the locker room.
Okay,
Unless he's getting carded like in the bowels of the stadium.
look, Ertz is a solid 8 PPR points. I just don't think he's ever going to be too much more than that unless he finds the end zone.
Yeah. All right. Terry McLaurin or T. Higgins, half PPR.
I will go with Higgins here.
Same.
Yep, same.
I need 2, Metcalf, Smith, Michael Thomas, and I do not think I will keep up the great work. Take that.
I'm sitting Thomas.
Same.
Don't tell me what to do, TSB world. Christopher Brooks or Matt Breida?
Oh, yikes. I guess Breida.
Yeah, I think so. I
Can you
don't.
pick up Latavius Murray?
That's not
All
a
right,
bad
so there's
call.
Tannehill. Yeah, you're seeing him now. I thought I saw him walking into the locker room.
I
Maybe
saw
he
him
came back
stand-
out and now he's on the cart going somewhere else.
Yeah, I hope he's okay. Let's see. Debo, Pierce or Evans?
Evans.
Correct.
I've got
There's what I've been missing for the last 2 weeks.
Brees Hall, Raheem Mostert, DeAndre Swift, Jonathan Taylor. Pick 2 of them, and then Fields or Herbert.
Ooh.
definitely Mostert.
Yeah, I think Mostert and Swift.
I've got Brees Hall ahead of Swift.
I don't. I'll take Swift. Oh no, I think I do have Hall. Half PPR.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe Hall.
I'm going Swift and Mostert. And then what did we do the quarterback part of it?
Oh, I didn't even see Fields.
I'm going Herbert. I think you could convince me Fields 4-point, but that's so like Fields is driving me crazy this week. I mean, because he could have another 40-point game. But I love the storyline Jamie brought up of Kellen Moore just being merciless against the Cowboys, and just big game for him, getting fired for scoring too many points by Dallas. So I'll go Herbert.
I hate watching Dallas's offense right now. I hate it.
I
There's
hope
way too much talent. There's way too much talent for that team to be playing the way they are.
I like Herbert as well.
All right. Let's take a little break from questions and get some likes, please. I'm pandering here. Hit that like button. Only 233 likes. Come on, man. We've been on our A game today. I don't know if that's true, but we still deserve some more likes. Get us to 400 likes, and I'll read some more questions. I have a question here for Frank. Frank, have you been watching The Fall of the House of Usher?
No, but is this made by the same people who did the Halsey and Hill House?
And Bly Manor, yes.
Yes. So my wife just told me about it last night, and I was like, okay, we got to watch it. But I haven't.
Yeah, my wife just finished it yesterday. She said it's good.
Oh, she finished it. Oh, yeah. Wow. But you're not into that stuff, right?
I had other things going on. There's a Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 beta this weekend. I had to log some hours in.
Okay. Well, I'm 3 episodes in. It's definitely the worst of the 3, but it's still good. It's the least scary of the 3. It's the least horror.
Yeah, it didn't seem very scary, which I think is why my wife liked it.
Okay. But it's good. Bly Manor to me is the best. But
they're so good, man. They are so good.
Amazing. Like great series.
A lot of Poe references in this one, from what I can tell.
Yeah,
Edgar Allan, not Poe Dameron from the Star Wars.
Oh,
right.
I'm a nerd, guys.
I thought we were talking like Teletubbies or something.
All right, who are we starting? Jalen Waddle or Jordan Addison? Thank you for hitting that like button. Keep on doing it. We're up to 368 likes. Who are we starting here? Waddle.
It's close. I have Waddle just ahead, though.
I'll take Addison.
Ayuk or Higgins, please. Little shirt. Who's little shirt? That's Dan.
I would use Ayuk. Dave, do you have any concern about the weather in Chicago? I know you just said that you would use Addison in that previous question.
No, how bad is it?
They're talking like 20 to 30 miles per hour.
Why doesn't anybody ever go Ayukin when we say Ayuk?
Because no one knows what that means.
You can do it. No, you can do it.
Yeah. They laughed.
I
Aloha.
got it.
Yeah, Dave, you look into that weather, and then we'll get your meteorology report. Cousins or Fields? That's Fields for me.
Fields, yep.
Ryan Tannehill officially questionable to return with a right ankle issue, and I'm going with Fields over Cousins. Yes, and I would go with the Falcons DST there. Sam Howell loves nothing more than getting sacked in this world, and it's going to happen like 5 or 6 times.
Yeah, I like the Falcons as well.
That's like the start of every DFS lineup for me is Falcons and then Foreman Hubbard.
Oh, damn it. Oh, I already stole Plant Your Flag, so I can't steal. I will say I have done that before in the past. Not that anyone stole it from me, but I will let Mike Wright have it. I will let the footballers have it. I will think of something else for Brandon Ayuk. DeMercado or Mercado, whoever that is, or Jerome Ford.
I'll go with Ford.
Yeah, I have Ford just ahead.
Reluctantly.
Amari DeMercado or Tyler Algier.
Ford's a good buy low, though. The schedule has just been brutal so far, but it's about to get a lot easier. I will go with DeMercado over Algier.
Same.
Yep.
Njoku or Jonnu or a Bills tight end.
We have question marks with the Bills tight ends, so I don't think I want to go with either of those. I'll say Jonnu.
So it does sound like Knox is going to play. Kincaid is much more questionable. I'd lean towards not playing at this point, but I would go with Jonnu.
Okay. Keontae Ingram or Jerome Ford?
Ford.
Ford.
Thielen or Evans?
Thielen.
Same.
I think I have Evans just ahead, but they're both like top 15.
Yep.
Osborne or London?
London.
Osborne.
I like how bad the Commanders have been against deep throws, and I bet London gets a couple of them today.
I don't want to go to London.
Do you want to go to Chicago?
Let's hear from our meteorologist, Dave. Meteorologist Dave.
Weather's clear. The forecast says the wind is around 13 to 15 miles an hour. It's typical lakefront weather in Chicago. It wouldn't scare me off of starting
the Bears.
All right. Kind of want some real pizza now. Like when I hear about Chicago, I think about good pizza, like not the Chicago stuff, you know?
I really like Chicago style pizza.
It's great. It's great.
This whole thing where it's like, oh, it's not pizza. Who cares? Like
that's exactly
these
how
dumb semantic arguments, like, oh, boneless wings aren't wings. Who cares? That's just what we call them.
Oh, come on. This is from the
That's just what we call them. Who cares?
guy who's like a taco is a hot dog or whatever you say.
Exactly.
You're always saying that stuff. That's
exactly. So who cares what we call them?
Who cares what it's called? We'll just eat
this
it.
like
skip that.
The hot dog's not a sandwich. Yes, it is. But even if it isn't, who cares? It's just what we call things. It's fine.
Mix it or Hall.
These pedants.
It's Hall.
Hall.
Let's see. Could be a close one. I have Mixon one spot higher.
I am just going to keep throwing Joe Mixon in DFS lineups because he's going to be low owned every week. And eventually we're going to get a 3-touchdown game. It's going to happen.
Chris, for reminding me to set my DFS lineup.
You're welcome, Adam.
Always forget that. All right. Let's see. By the way, the absence of Jalen Carter, Dave, was that a big deal for you with Breece Hall?
Absolutely. We're talking about one of the biggest rising run stoppers and pass rushers for Philadelphia. It's a huge factor figuratively and literally. And I would expect the Jets to try a little harder to run the ball this week.
Oh, hello, Mark Andrews. Thank you for a respectable game. Akers or Ingram?
I just traded for him in the league.
Ingram.
Good for you.
Yeah, Ingram, but don't really like either.
You'll be lucky to get like 7 points combined from both those guys.
Cole Kmet or Logan Thomas Ross, or just stream?
It's Kmet.
I like both, but yeah, I like Kmet a little bit more.
Purdy or Stroud?
Purdy.
Same.
Yep.
So if Lamar, I don't know how many fantasy points does Lamar Jackson have? Like around 20?
Let's see.
This is the second week in a row where there is just so much production.
I got him with 17.
Yeah.
If he does not have a good fantasy game, if he does not score again or something, I mean, I am really going to want to buy low on him. I think he's playing great. The interception wasn't great, but he's had a really good game. Last week, plagued by drops.
Mm-hmm.
This week, they've been terrible inside the 10-yard. Like, forget the red zone. They've just been knocking on the door. They should be.
He's gotten tackled inside the 5 multiple times.
Yeah, they should be blowing this team out. And they've left a lot of points off the board and settled for a ton of field goals. But I think that was a terrible throw, or bad, I don't know, miscommunication. But I think he looks really good this year. And ordinarily, he's like this up and down guy. And that might end up being what he looks like after 6 games. But I don't know. I'm feeling more optimistic about Lamar Jackson this year. Anybody else feeling that, or am I on an island? I mean, Chris is obviously on the island with that shirt, but all right, we can move on. Stafford or Lawrence, Hall or Cook, Collins or we have to answer those questions.
I'm going Lawrence. I have him one spot ahead of Stafford, who is a top 12 quarterback for me this week. I think breakout's coming. He's playing really well. Hall over Cook and Addison over Collins.
I
don't have DST rankings.
Oh, sorry, Chris. Sorry. I'm starting Stafford, starting Hall, starting Addison. Like the Eagles for sure. Do I want the defense playing against a hot Lions offense or the defense playing against Zach Wilson?
Especially the better defense that also has the better matchup.
Sure. And I know that
Pretty
they're
easy
missing some players, but I'm still rolling with Philly.
Ooh. Adam, babe, what are we doing here? Start 2, half PPR. Debo, Nico, Ford, Gabe Davis. Sweetums.
I
I have Nico and Gabe ranked the highest.
have Debo and Nico ranked highest.
I will take Nico and Gabe.
Bench 1, Garrett Wilson, Tyler Lockett, T. Higgins, Nico Collins. I'm going to bench Garrett Wilson.
I'm gonna bench.
I'm going to bench Nico.
I'm sitting Nico.
Yeah, I think I'm going to bench Nico.
I'm sitting Higgins here.
All right, we have a guillotine league. Higgins or Gabe Davis at the flex.
Higgins.
Non PPR, I'll take Gabe Davis.
Okay. You're the best, D Rich. Yay.
I read that as Dreechy. And I had
Dreechy.
no idea what it was.
Half PPR Downs, Brian Robinson or Osborne.
I think I'd probably go with Robinson.
Yeah.
The Brob.
I like having Downs and Osborne on my team, though.
Where are all the Halloween movies? Can we get them going? I mean, I understand it's too early in October, maybe.
No.
Can we get them going here? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, right. I think this is the week they're going to really pick up.
It's ready to go, Adam. On my flight back from I had like a layover in Germany. It was an absolute nightmare. I got like delayed. I had to stay the night in Germany. It was a mess.
Oh, wow.
But on my way home, I watched Evil Dead, The Shining, and
Ooh, Evil Dead. That's the original.
yeah, it was a little.
That's a choice on a plane, man. That's a messed up movie.
I shut it off like halfway through. I'm like,
Yeah.
and then I finished it when I got home. But I watched
that was one that like in college I was like, let's watch The Evil Dead. I've never seen it, and it was like a group of like 10 of us, and everyone's like, what is this movie?
It's wild.
I don't think I've ever.
It's good. Evil Dead 2 is when they start to really lean into it just being like silly, and Evil Dead 3 is just a B movie classic. Great stuff.
Did we? We did. We said Brob. Nico or Hollywood PPR?
I'm going Nico.
I'll take Brown.
I'm taking Hollywood.
Oh, we did that one. Pitts or Laporta?
Laporta.
Correct.
Go through the door.
Pollard, Eckler, Montgomery. Hey, all right, 3 of them.
Wow.
Man.
Sometimes it's too many names.
That's a good problem.
You're sitting Mostert, Ridley, and Waddle. That's congratulations on your really good 16 league.
Hubbard or Madison?
Madison.
Yeah. Actually, I might have Hubbard ranked higher.
How come?
I have Hubbard ranked higher. Yeah. I expect Hubbard to get a lot of targets in this game. Bryce Young's been throwing to his running backs a ton. And with Madison, it's a great matchup. The usage has been mostly pretty good the last few weeks. I feel like he's a fumble away from losing his job. Or like potentially like one drive where Cam Akers like rushes for 45 yards. And I could see them just like, okay, we're going to go with Akers for the next drive.
Higgins or Downs? Half PPR.
Higgins.
Yep.
Ooh, deep here. JSN, Elijah Moore or Rondale Moore? Half PPR.
I'm going with JSN.
I will take Rondale, who's been involved a little bit more in the run game for Arizona lately.
Yeah, and it's a pretty good game environment too, like a 47.5 total. So I'll say Rondale as well.
Pick 2 in this group. What do you think?
Sitting
Stevenson.
I'm sitting Stevenson.
I have Robinson one spot behind Stevenson. I don't feel good about that.
Okay.
We've had a lot of conversations this week about Ramondre and how this week's matchup is a lot better than pretty much any matchup that he's had this year.
Mm-hmm.
But his efficiency has been horrible. Zeke is averaging a yard per carry more.
Yeah.
And last week he started to lose playing time to Zeke and certainly touches us overall. This offense needs to change a lot of things. I think we're going to see more speed on the outside. Maybe there's a path for him to go back to being over 15 carries. And certainly against Las Vegas, you could expect New England to maybe get near the goal line. But that offensive line is brutal. He's going to have a lot of negative runs.
Did I imagine the report that the Patriots might go to Will Grier?
No, that happened.
No.
I picked him up in a dynasty in a super.
Things are bad in New England.
Okay, Osborne or Foreman?
I'll take Foreman.
Foreman. Yeah.
Me too. It's a volume play.
What happened? Where's my Osborne for me? But I'm on the island there. London or Higgins? We did that one. Sorry, I said Higgins. But
Is Justin Tucker the highest scorer in fantasy football this week so far?
Yeah,
What's
probably.
the Chiefs DST at?
All right, Kelsey got to 21. The two quarterbacks have nope. He's only at 18. He's the fourth highest scoring player.
Chiefs only got 16 in our FFT league.
Butker was like
Butker got 13. Yeah.
All right, we need two here. Foreman, Chuba, Downs.
I'll take the running backs.
I will take Downs over Chuba.
Remember the song "Super Down" by Super Transatlantic?
I do not. No.
Really, Chris?
No.
Disappointed in you.
I'm
Adam
sorry.
sounds healthy. I don't know about that.
Now you know how my parents feel.
Pick two of this group: Pierce, McLaurin, Taylor.
Ooh, Taylor and
I don't like any of these guys.
yeah.
I think Pierce and Taylor.
Please don't say that when my name is in the question, Dave.
Well, but at least I think I like you the best.
Okay.
Even though you introduced me by saying you fleeced me on our trade.
I just got to tell the truth, man.
No, I think it's obviously going to help you now. I think you might be overrating Ridley. I like Ridley too, but I think you're overrating him.
Oh, Jefferson sucks, Dave. Everybody knows it. Osborne or Palmer?
Osborne.
He's going to suck for the next 4 weeks. Osborne, I think.
Well, in all seriousness, I mean, the Adam Schefter report, I'm going Palmer here, was that he may not come back. If they're out of contention after 4 to 6 weeks, that he's got no contract, he didn't sign a new contract, he's not going to risk it. So that's why I was just eager to get Jefferson off my hands.
Sure. Well, then that would be a very bad trade for me.
Am I the only one going Palmer here?
Yes.
I would take Palmer, but it's close.
Yeah. MVS. Everybody remembers that joke from last year. Hit that like button, folks. 1,500 people. And let's check on the likes. Do we have 500? I doubt it. 445. We can get 550. Let's get 550 here. Michael Myers or Freddie Krueger at flex? I thought this was a Michael Mayer question when I clicked on it.
I feel Freddie Krueger would have a lot of trouble catching. That would be a problem. Well, or it'd be really easy for him to catch. They would just have to replace the ball every game or every play.
Michael Myers is a plotter too. It's very slow.
Yeah,
but it's hard to bring him down. Like that's like peak Mike Allstott.
Yeah, I'd take Myers.
Nah, Krueger is the GOAT. Come on, Adam.
Brees or Waddle?
I genuinely don't know. Is it like illegal in the NFL to pop a football during a play? Like, would that be a penalty?
Probably.
I think that's a key question.
Well, ask Tom Brady.
Brees all over Waddle.
Didn't Tom Brady deflate the balls?
But that was before the game.
I'll
You'd
go
be
with
delaying the game at minimum.
I'll go Brees Hall there.
You know what it would be? It'd be a dead ball foul. Okay.
No, but Freddie Krueger does have a nightmare matchup this week. So
Moss or Taylor?
Moss.
I'm going Moss at least one more week.
Gabe Davis, Amari Cooper, Pittman, or Godwin?
Adam, play the sound drop.
Ooh.
Pittman.
Yeah. I'd go Pittman, Godwin, Cooper, Davis in that order.
Who was the original was Gallman, wasn't it?
It was.
Barley. I don't know how we feel about
49ers and Browns are fighting before the game.
Oh, fun. Barley or Pierce?
That's Saquon.
Not a big fan of barley soup, but I'll take Barkley.
I will go with Saquon Barkley. He's got a lot of hops.
Where did I see this one? We are.
Are we sure he's going to play and do a lot?
We are not sure.
Yeah,
I'll anything.
Throw my hands up and take Pierce.
We are the tough choice guys. Higgins or Breece Hall?
That sounds like an HGTV show. I'll go with Breece Hall.
Correct.
London, Nico, Higgins, Stevenson. We need 2 of these.
I would go
all right in that wide receiver 3 range.
Oh gosh.
And it's half PPR.
Okay, it's Nico and Higgins for me.
I think Nico and Ramondre.
I am still checking.
Higgins and Stevenson for me. I'm either going to look like a genius or I'm way too high on T. Higgins this week, but I'm more or less just starting him. I'm the only one who's feeling that way. Okay, how about sit one of these guys? Osborne, Palmer, Lockett, or Rachaad White?
Sit one. So Osborne and Palmer are just the Spider-Man meme for me. I think they're like the same guy in the same situation. And so I'm starting Lockett and White. I think I have Osborne ranked higher than Palmer. Yeah.
What do you have White this week, Chris? Sounds like you kind of like Rachaad White.
Yeah, he's a top 20 running back for me. The workload is really, really great. And I think Detroit's probably a tough matchup, but I'm not super convinced of it yet.
I'm super convinced.
They were I think, second or third worst run defense in the NFL by yards per carry last season.
So much better.
I agree. They look a lot better, but it's a small sample size, and
it goes back.
Okay,
it goes back last year, except for one game. The Carolina Panthers tore them apart, but the second half of last year they were like amazing, and this year they're just I don't know. They're keeping it going.
I think White has the least upside of this group, especially in half PPR. That's who I'd sit.
I would sit Osborne. Sorry,
Chris. I kept interrupting you. That was really rude.
No, it's fine, Adam. You're the most important person here.
Who did finally we agree? Who did Adam get in the Jefferson trade? I got Calvin Ridley. I also offered Jefferson for Aaron Jones. That was rejected. I was surprised I got Ridley. I don't know what you guys would be looking for. First of all, if you have Jefferson, you really should be go to a 4-1 or a 5-0 team. I think you're going to get the most from a 4-1 or a 5-0 team for Justin Jefferson,
or a 1-4 team.
Yo, I hate the trade.
Yeah, it was a bad trade.
I hate it. So enjoy Calvin Ridley. There's going to be some weeks where he totally disappoints you. I'm expecting Jefferson to be back, and hopefully my team will be okay.
Okay.
You know what my new rule is going to be? No more Sunday trades.
Why?
Because I think I was just like in a rush and I saw it. Here's exactly what happened. I saw the trade and I went, I don't think so. And then I went to my trade chart and I saw that Jefferson was ahead and I was like, oh, maybe I'll
disagree with yourself.
No, like I looked at my team and I thought that I had the receivers to handle the next 4 to 6 weeks without Jefferson.
All right.
And then I checked out Ridley and he's had 2 really good games and 3 kind of stinkers. And I looked at the schedule and I just kind of talked myself into, all right, if Jefferson comes back, he's going to be amazing. I'll have Jamar Chase with him. Hopefully I can still make the playoffs.
Yeah, that's fun. That'd be fun.
So
all right.
That's kind of where I landed on it. I thought it would be more fun that way. If I could do it again, I wouldn't do it.
I was basically thinking like I offered Jefferson for players that I thought were basically must starts, but like 3rd round players, not must start first round or 15th round players.
Sure. So no, I wouldn't do it again if I could. I've had a long morning. I've had a long weekend.
Look at that. JB's here with a fun name. Dan has great hair. Usually Dan has great hair, but that's did you not do that? Did Dan log on that before or something? Or did you do that? Oh, Jamie doesn't even know. Hello, Jamie. All right. Jamie Eisenberg, ladies and gentlemen. Nico or Olave, I see in here.
Olave.
Yep. Same.
Chris, why don't you do me a favor, buddy? Take over for a few minutes.
So you're talking all over me, and now I have to do your job.
Well, now I won't talk over you.
Wow. Unbelievable. So what am I doing? I'm doing okay. All right. I hate this. This is the worst. I'm not getting
really
paid extra
easy,
for it.
So like pick questions and then answer them.
Pick 2, Ayuk, Metcalf, or Thielen.
Look at poor Adam. I think I'm going to sit in Metcalf.
I'm sitting Ayuk there.
Dave, I need you. Laporta versus Thomas and Smith versus Collins. I assume that's Devontae Smith.
I'm going with Smith and Laporta.
Frank, you can also answer if you want.
I am going with
What am I
the
watching
same
in this game?
Smith and Laporta.
Nobody is starting Joe Mixon over David Montgomery, right?
No.
No.
Is that Tenacious D you just did? Dave,
I inadvertently.
I need you.
Cage, I need you.
Oh, I guess that's what that was.
Jamie has the best hair. I don't know who
For sure.
Jaime is. Pitts or Komet?
Komet.
You know, like Jamie's been doing this for like 15 years, right?
Yes.
And it's still like 60-40, the audience spelling his name right. You guys got it. Jamey. All right. Sorry for shaming. Pitts or Komet?
Komet.
Make the commitment.
I'm going with Pitts.
How come?
Basically, I think last week was a reminder that his upside is pretty hard to match at the tight end position, especially like obviously Komet, if he scores a touchdown, can have more upside, but Pitts also has a chance to score a touchdown in any given week. And the Commanders have been just awful against passes down the field, which is where Pitts gets his looks. So
yeah,
Okay.
does it matter to you that, like, I think I can come back now, Chris. 22 of his yards last week were from Drake London, weren't they? He caught a pass on a trick play from Drake London, I'm pretty sure.
He did.
And they never throw touchdowns, really. But wait, who was it? It was Pitts versus who?
Komet.
I'm with you, Chris. Let's go Pitts.
See, I like Komet because he's had a good target share really ever since the Bears benched Chase Claypool. He's the number 2 receiver. I think over the last 2 weeks, he has more red zone targets than even DJ Moore. I think he's here to stay in that offense.
Moss or Higgins?
It's full PPR. That makes me want to lean toward Higgins.
I'd go Moss.
Yeah, I'd go Moss as well.
Olave or Evans? Half PPR.
Mike Evans.
Yeah.
Olave.
You're taking Olave?
I go Olave over Evans. Yeah.
I am. Yeah. Hey, Jamie.
Can you hear me?
I got you.
Hello.
Can you hear us?
There we go. I hear you.
Good.
All right. Jamie, we're getting a lot of T. Higgins questions. What are your thoughts?
High end number 3 receiver. Depends on who else you have.
Higgins or Josh Downs?
Higgins.
Yep.
Higgins
yes.
or Zach Moss?
Moss.
Okay. All right, folks. We've got 25 minutes left, so more like 20 minutes left. You still have time to hit that like button. I don't see a reason why we can't get 800 likes today. That'd be awesome. We're at 531 likes, so please hit that like button. And the Titans have first and goal at the 1, so we will see what happens here. Trying to make a game.
I wanted to look up a stat because this one surprised me, but I thought this was the case. The Falcons inside the 10-yard line have actually thrown as often as they've run this year.
They
I'm
throw
surprised by that.
Robinson. So
They are 8 for 8. 8 runs, 8 passes, or 8 pass snaps. I guess there might have been some sacks along the way.
Derrick Henry not in the game. Interesting. All right, what else we got here? Lockett or Hubbard?
Lockett.
I think I have
Agreed.
Lockett.
How terrible is it that they don't have Henry in at the goal line or near the goal line? And now they're not going to be near the goal line.
They don't have him in, I think, just because it's like 2-minute drill and
Well, yeah, that would make sense, but still, you at least want to get that threat of him on the field.
Did Teja
Yeah.
Spears just get a false start too?
psh, Henry wouldn't have. Hubbard or Pierce,
It was an
RB2.
illegal block.
Okay.
Hubbard.
Hubbard, yeah.
Correct.
I'll take Pierce.
Waddle or Jonathan Taylor Thomas?
Waddle.
Definitely Waddle.
Yeah, I think so.
Wow.
Addison or Marquise Brown? Ayuk or
Addison.
Olave?
Addison and Olave.
Addison and Ayuk.
I'd go Addison and Olave.
Laporta or Ferguson and DeMercado or Pierce?
Laporta and DeMercado.
Laporta and Pierce.
Yeah, Laporta and Pierce.
Laporta and Pierce.
Ravens DST going to outscore Lamar Jackson too? Like him and them and Tucker? Ayuk, Kirk, or Barkley? A lot of K's there.
Kirk.
I'll take Ayuk.
Ayuk.
I will go with Kirk.
Adam, break the tie.
Kirk.
You should have said You should have said
I
Barkley.
should have said Barkley. I know. But then I'd be lying to everybody. I don't want to do that. Lockett or Hubbard, half PPR.
Same as last time you asked us 20 seconds ago. Lockett.
Yes.
Sorry, I was watching football.
Hubbard.
PPR, Rangers or Astros?
I actually put a bet in on the Texas Rangers. Max Scherzer was just added to the ALCS roster. So
What a joke.
Let's go. When's DeGrom pitching?
My wife just found out yesterday that her dad's rooting for the Astros, and she's very offended. Not an Astros fan.
Why?
But it's
Because
causing some strife.
Tweeted or like
I think he just likes Dusty Baker.
no, but why is your wife so offended?
Oh, because it's the Astros.
Oh, okay. Okay. Lockett or Hubbard? James Cook, London, or Puka? Standard scoring.
Puka.
Nakua.
Yeah, Puka.
Correct.
Hubbard or White, please.
Hubbard.
I'll probably be the only one that says White.
I'm going Hubbard.
Tua or Baker, Superflex.
Come on.
Is that a real
Tua.
question?
Is Tua? Did Tua
Are you
get hurt?
picking these questions without reading them first?
Yes, I am. Well, like, just answer them. Laporta or Knox? But yes, I am. That is it's
Laporta.
very dangerous.
This is a good situation to have because if Laporta's out, you just play Knox.
Yeah,
That's
that's a
true.
good call.
Okay, let me pick the worst questions I can find. How
You've already
about
done that. I've been here for 2 minutes.
Higgins or London?
Another bad one. Higgins.
Higgins.
I have Higgins higher.
Olave or Ridley?
Ridley.
Yes, correct.
Everybody knows Ridley's terrible. No, I'm just kidding. Sorry, Ridley.
AJ Brown or Addison or Meyer Z?
AJ Brown.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
AJ.
Brown, and then
Meyer
I
Z?
think Addison, and then Myersy.
Okay. Should I trade Jefferson for Puka? Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
Kirko or Burrow?
Burrow.
Burrow.
Yeah, I like Burrow.
Joe.
Collins or Downs?
Collins.
Close, but Collins.
Collins.
Stroud, Minshew, or Howell? Stevenson or Foreman?
Minshew and Stevenson.
I'll take Howell. And I didn't
Yeah, I
see
have-
the other side.
I have
Yeah.
Howell
Howell.
and Foreman.
Should I do play-by-play for the onside kick?
No.
No.
And here's the kick. It's end over end. It's bouncing, and it's fielded by the Ravens. The Ravens win! All right, sign me up, CBS. You just heard. That's my demo tape. DeMercado or the Brob? Frank?
Rob.
Rob.
Brian Robinson.
The only thing worse than having tough running back decision is watching the movie The Blob. I would do not recommend it. Waddle or Thielen?
Oh boy.
Thielen.
Yep. Thielen.
I have Waddle ranked higher. I have Thielen projected higher. I'll go with the ranking.
Ooh. James Cook or Madison?
Cook.
Cook.
Cook, unless it's not PPR.
Cook.
McLaurin or Higgins?
Higgins.
I'm with you,
Higgins.
Chris.
And Ayuk or Ridley? All right, this game's over. We can talk
It's
about this.
Ridley.
Ridley.
When's the last
Ridley.
time we had
Yeah.
a really good London game?
Last
Is
weekend.
there one off the top of your head? Which one was it?
Bills, Jaguars.
Wasn't that good. I don't think that was like a really good London game.
Well, you also think that the Raiders-Packers game was good, so you don't really get the
Raiders
same.
Packers game was good. It wasn't that good of a game, that Jags
Last
game.
week's game?
Yeah, it was fine. It was a
It was
normal.
fine.
Try again, Jamie. Yeah, Hubbard or wherever that question, or Lockett. Purdy or Burrow. I meant to click on Purdy or Burrow. And then we can do
Burrow.
Burrow.
And then Olave and Debo for me.
Yep.
I think, Dave, that we should just they should just play 16 games in London one week. So at least they're guaranteed to have a good London game.
Every team
I
that's
like
done
the London Super Bowl report. I thought that was pretty cool.
Wow.
If you're going to do it, make it a big event.
What'd you say, Jamie?
I think it's the most terrible idea I've ever heard.
The London
Why's
Super
that?
Bowl.
Absolutely terrible. Well, I mean, first of all, you're taking a game away from a city that I'm sure would love the economic boost for us. Secondly, what time's the game going to kick off?
Right. That was the first thing.
9:30.
We're going to have
4 p.m. Super Bowl.
Yeah.
That sounds great.
What's wrong with 9:30 a.m.?
It'll be over by
Well,
9.
hold on a second. Isn't it a 6-hour difference?
5
So
hours.
it's starting at 10 o'clock or 9 o'clock in London?
Yeah.
For us. Like, what about in California? What about
That's
in
1 o'clock in the afternoon. That's great.
Oh man. Wait, if it
It's
starts at that shouldn't happen. What you need
Can you imagine like 10 a.m. Super Bowl on the West Coast?
Oh my God. Montgomery or Keenan Allen? That's a fun
Oh
one.
boy. I think I have Keenan Allen ranked higher.
Allen, PPR, Montgomery, everyone.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's
Yeah,
right.
that's right.
Dallas Goedert or Zertz?
Goddard.
Correct.
How about Higgins or Stevenson? Full PPR.
T.
Ramondre.
Yeah, I think Ramondre.
Love when I have a flex question and they're back to back in the flex rankings. I do have Ramondre 1 spot higher.
Chris, thank you for inspiring me to put Joe Mixon in my DFS lineup.
You're welcome for the 11 points.
Sit Kirk because of weather?
No.
Is it
Yeah.
Cousins?
Yeah. Because I think there's some wind in Chicago.
There's wind in Chicago, but it's like 15 mile an hour.
You know, that's why they call it the Windy City.
Video from Soldier Field looks fine. Now, who knows what it'll look like in 15 minutes? It's Chicago, but
I suppose we do this show for about an hour and a half. It is okay to make the same joke twice. I think Chris did leave enough room. I think it's been about an hour since he made the Windy City joke.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, no, sorry. It must have been Frank.
Totally original joke.
the wind is worse in Cleveland than it is in Chicago.
You know, they
they're
call
seeing
Cleveland
up
the
to
Windy
20 miles an hour.
They also call Cleveland the Windy City, the real Windy City. They call because they have that Ohio State thing. They call it the Windy City. Puka,
Wow, this just gets better and better.
Waddle, or Lamb.
How do we not
It's-
have 1,000 likes?
It's a good joke because Cleveland is also in Ohio, guys.
That's
I want
right.
Jamie to answer this one.
I'm sitting.
Puka Nacua.
Okay.
I have Lamb ahead, but I don't feel good about it.
I would use Puka.
Okay. Let's get some likes first of all. Not satisfied with the like situation here. Olave or Olave.
Correct.
Stevenson or Foreman.
You
I
got this one right here. Stevenson.
have Foreman ranked higher.
I do too.
Yeah, I think Foreman.
Addison or Ayuk.
Addison.
I think I still.
Ayuk.
I want to look.
I would go with Addison, but it's very close.
I've got Ayuk 2 spots higher than Addison in PPR.
Rank pick 2. All right, rank pick them.
I
Stevenson
think I have Stevenson lowest.
I do too.
Yeah, I like Stevenson and Robinson there.
Thielen or Evans?
Thielen.
Do we know
I have-
PPR?
I have Evans 1 spot higher, but like both a lot.
This is a PPR versus non-PPR for me. Thielen if it's PPR, Evans otherwise.
Jacobs or Swift?
Jacobs.
Jacobs.
Yep.
Jacob. No, I'll go Swift.
Oh, Myers or Nico from the Hulk?
Jacoby.
I have Nico 1 spot higher.
Yep.
Myers easily. This one.
Laporta or Komet?
Laporta.
Sam.
Laporta.
Yep.
Okay. We need one of this group, and then we need Cook or Mixon.
Hubbard and Cook.
Hubbard and Cook, yeah. No, Hubbard and Mixon for me.
Yep. Hubbard and Cook.
All right. How about
I think they're two separate questions.
Yeah.
I think you got to pick one
They are.
from the first four.
Pick one.
Yeah, we did.
Hubbard, Ford, Demercado, or Ingram.
Oh, okay. You guys
He said
did. Okay.
Hubbard.
I was looking at something else. I thought you were mixing the two. Sorry.
Don't worry, Dave. I'm still trying to figure out my FanDuel lineup. Swift, Montgomery, Ken Walker. We need to sit one of them.
I think I'm sitting Swift.
Sit Walker.
I would
I'm sitting Swift.
sit Swift.
Me too.
Okay. All right. Sorry, guys. Okay, I'm done with my lineup. All is well.
You gonna
We
tell us it,
need-
or are we just gonna have to?
I'm going with
We'll find
the
out when he wins the million.
start of the week stack. Going Stafford and Cup. Bijan is kind of cheap, 7,600. Bijan and Mixon, Devontae Smith, Michael Pittman, Jonnu Smith, Ramondre Stevenson, and the Falcons. Okay. What do we got here? What do you like?
The first three.
Uh,
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I agree. First three.
yeah.
I need a tight end. One of the Bills guys, Fant, Higbee, or Schultz.
Schultz.
Knox.
I'm fine with Knox, yeah.
I'll take Schultz.
I agree with this one, but who we picking in half PPR? Pierce, Rashad White, or DeMercado?
Pierce.
Demercado.
White.
White.
I'm amused that we're all over the place on that one.
James Cook or Olave?
Olave.
I'll take Cook.
I'll go Olave.
Olave's got more upside.
Olave or Gabe Davis?
Olave.
Same answers before.
Olave.
Olave has more upside.
Yep.
Lads, two of Evans, Ayuk, and Debo.
First
I'm
three.
sitting Depot.
Correct.
Lads is an acronym for something. Laugh at Dave's shirt.
Oh, my shirt.
Your shirt sucks, Dave. Lads.
I think it's fine. Yeah, sit Debo.
Do you want me to take it off?
Oh,
Now the
Wait.
shirt's not so bad, huh?
I have that like.
It's doing its job. It's saving you from puking.
Let's go, Dave. Hit those buttons. All right, Taylor or Reynolds?
Reynolds.
Reynolds.
It's just as that music's playing, I've got Chris Farley
Oh, yeah.
in Happy or Billy Madison
Really?
playing in my head.
Oh,
That's the vibe.
That is correct. CeeDee Lamb or I did see. So let's do CeeDee Lamb or Amon or St. Brown first.
ARSB.
I'm all right.
Especially if it's PPR.
Yep.
And then this one, Moore or Ridley, PPR.
DJ.
I'm going with Ridley.
DJ Moore.
DJ. Yep.
Who are you picking here? Nico, Puka, or Myers?
Puka.
Puka.
Mm-hmm.
Jamie, help. Half PPR. I'm going to mute everyone else. Osborne, Palmer, Lockett, White.
Palmer.
Sitting Palmer? No, you're not sitting Palmer.
No, I'm sorry. Sit one, sit White.
You all can answer now.
No.
Okay.
I refuse.
Ferguson or Jonnu?
Didn't we answer that one already, too? I'm sitting White on that one.
Oh, sorry. I lose track.
Yeah, sit White.
Nice hat day.
Jonnu.
Only one of us
I
wearing
have
a hat.
Jonnu higher.
Actually,
I do
yeah,
Ferguson.
John.
I saw a Darren Waller or Nico or Logan Thomas.
I'm sticking with Waller.
Agreed.
Yep.
Yeah, I have Waller just ahead.
Pick two here, guys. Addison, St. Brown, DJ Moore.
St. Brown and Moore.
Moore and St. Brown.
Mm-hmm.
I have the same exact answers as everybody else here.
That's good. Saquon or Thielen?
I don't know if it's good, but just going.
Go Thielen.
Yep.
Saquon's a
Sure.
game time decision, according to Jay Glazer. And that was
Right.
kind of like what we were hearing earlier in the morning, too, that they got to put him through a workout. I'd avoid him.
I just don't think they can win without him this week. I don't know, man. KJ Osborne or Zach Moss, PPR.
I almost fell
Moss.
for it.
I'll take Moss there.
I think I will, too.
And they're 6-6. You're all going to owe me an apology. Taylor or Garrett Wilson? Do that one first.
Taylor or Garrett Wilson? Wilson.
Yeah.
And then I'll take a Lockett
Wilson.
over London.
Yeah.
I agree with both of those.
Yep, Wilson and Lockett.
I'm sorry, guys. That second one was only for Dave. Strike it from the record. Godwin or Addison?
Addison.
Jordan Addison.
I'm going with Addison, I think. Yeah.
I think this is a tourist attraction thing. Would you rather go to Las Vegas or go snorkeling with dolphins? I'd say
Vegas. I feel like that's a better deal.
Oh, Jamie says he'd rather swim with Dolphins DST. And yes, Dolphins DST is going to be the answer, I believe.
Yes.
DJ Moore, Brees Hall. Loving the shirt, Chris.
More.
DJ Moore.
More.
Yep.
It looks like my Ace Ventura costume shirt, as I recall. I discovered that the other day when I was cleaning out the house. Tua or Burrow, 4-point.
Tua. Any
Tua.
points.
Yep, Tua.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. There was one that said, this one. Only Adam, Pittman or DJ Moore? I think we're all going DJ Moore there. Bye, Chris. Let's see. Which Dotson or Reynolds?
Reynolds.
Yep.
Yeah. Reynolds.
This one has been asked 100 times, and I feel like I answered it. But Higgins or Lockett?
I have Lockett ranked higher.
Higgins.
I do too.
Yep.
Okay. Only Chris. Keontae Ingram, Elijah Moore, or Dalton Kincaid?
Keontae Ingram.
Okay. Wind, sit Jake Moody. I don't know. I don't think
That's
so.
one that I think you could do because of the gales that are in Cleveland.
In the Windy City.
I'm coming for him. Let's see. Thoughts on Kendry Miller? Yeah.
Good stash candidate.
Yes.
Awesome stash candidate.
It has to be on your bench.
Might be their lead running back next year, too.
Everyone but Frank. Dotson. Or
That's rude.
That's good. Dotson or Quentin Johnston?
I mean, I guess you have to go with Dotson, right?
I think Frank would tell me to go with Dotson, so I'm going to say Dotson.
I'll go Johnston.
All right. We'll end it with Higgins or Collins.
Collins.
Yep.
I saw a photo.
Higgins.
I wanted to read it.
I've got Higgins one spot over Collins.
All right. Only Dak. Only Frank. Dak or Gino?
I have Gino ahead of Dak.
Anyone else? Dino or Jack?
Gino.
I'll go Dak. I like both of them.
I'll take Dak.
Sorry, Frank. It wasn't a vote of confidence. Just a vote. It wasn't a lack of confidence, but it also wasn't a vote of confidence. Okay. Have a great day, everybody. Have a great night. We will talk to you at 8 p.m. Eastern-ish, hopefully before that, to recap all the games, and we can all watch the Giants lose together. See you then.